And Mr. Do-It-All is in-house right now. He can play wide receiver, he can play the guitar, and now he can also act. Jordan, good to have you back in studio like your 10th time here?
Hey, anytime they'll have me, I'll come in.
Anytime, you're welcome. You know, what was your reaction like whenever you heard that they're making a movie about Freddie Steinmark and just the incredible journey he went through?
You know, it's almost surreal for me because playing at the University of Texas and playing, you know, Texas high school football, you grow up hearing stories about some of these guys and Freddie Steinmark and playing half the year or whatever it was with bone cancer in his leg.
Right.
And James Street and Cotton Spire and all these guys that, you know, were part of that team that really built the foundation for Texas and you know, won national championship in '69 and '70 but you never really think that that's going to end up being a major, you know, blockbuster movie.
Right, or that you're going to be part of it, right?
Right, that's the other part.
So what made you want to audition for the part?
Well, actually, Colt McCoy is doing some consulting for the movie, and he called me and just said, "Hey, man, I think you should, you know, if you don't have anything, you know, that you can't get out of, you should come and jump in and play Cotton." He said, "Really, you don't even have to audition." He said, "They want you to do it," and so I said, "Well, I would love to be a part of it," and you know, just it kind of was a crazy little turn of events.
Well, that was my next question. What was the audition like? I mean, you've had a lot of auditions for football. I mean, was there any acting, and did you have to do anything, or was it just yours?
You know, I actually did. They called me into the studio and
Were you nervous?
I was nervous. It's something different, you know. It's not like playing football. You know, you're playing in front of 100,000 people, but you do it every week. So,
right.
And you got a helmet on and all that. And this is, you know, the guy that was basically the mastermind behind Rudy and Hoosiers and some of these movies.
Some of the best ever.
Yeah, is sitting there watching you act.
Right.
And so you want to talk about a nerve-wracking experience, but you know, it was way shorter than I thought. They just had me do a couple lines and I was out of there. So
you're going to play the two-time All-American Cotton Spire, who was an awesome player here at Texas. Do you know Cotton?
I do, actually. I haven't been around Cotton a whole lot, but I got to eat lunch with him a couple weeks ago, and he's a great guy, and just got to pick his brain a little bit about that team and some of the, you know, some of the little nuances that
he could go. Look at him right here.
Oh, I know, he could run, man. I asked him about the three-point stance. That was one of the things that I really wanted to know about.
What did he say about that?
He said, you know what? He said, "Jordan, I have not figured that out to this day." He said, "I don't know why they thought that was the best way to get in a stance, but you know, things I guess progress over time." But Cotton was, you know, to be an All-American on a team where, you know, it was basically a triple option. That was unbelievable.
You know, when you watch him on film, what stands out besides the three-point stance?
Oh, you know, you could definitely tell he could. And that day, he was
flying by
fast.
people.
And he told me, he goes, the one thing you're going to have to do. He said, if you're going to play me, you're going to have to slow it down a little bit out there. And I said, come on, man, I've seen you. I know. I mean, I think Cotton was one of those guys that you could have put him on any team, you know, any University of Texas team, and he would have been a star.
He played the NFL, you played the NFL. How realistic are the football scenes?
Oh man, I think this movie that was one of my concerns as, you know, growing up and watching all these football movies. You know, you always, anytime there's anything that just doesn't look quite right, it kind of throws you off to the whole movie. But Mike Fisher is the guy that's been doing the football parts. He did Remember the Titans. He did, you know, tons of movies, and he's the best, I think, in the business as far as making everything as real as it could be. And the hits that you're going to see are they're real hits. I was out there taking shots the other day from Freddie Steinmark, and I mean, I got some bruises on my side.
Serious?
Yeah, they're legitimate.
And there's other Texas players that are actually going to be in this.
Yeah, there is. There's Luke Pullman is playing Bob McKay, which is awesome.
Who's a character?
Right. I mean, big character, big personality, and
great guy.
He's been out at practice, which has been fun. You know, Justin Street, James Street's son, is playing James, which is I mean, it's eerie seeing him, you know, take his helmet off.
They look alike. I mean, it's uncanny.
It's uncanny.
Really uncanny. Well, obviously, you know, since you last came here, new football coach for Texas, Charlie Strong, your brother Jackson, still on the team. What was your reaction to the hire of Coach Strong?
You know, I think you know, I love Coach Brown, and was very fortunate to get to play for him. And you know, after time, things change, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I know my brother and the team are excited about next season, and I really think they're going to have a good year.
And you said you haven't talked much to Jackson because he's been pretty busy, right?
I'll tell you what, they're putting in the time, you know, and those guys are dedicated to, you know, to really having a good year next year. He's up there all day long doing, you know, lifting weights and doing his school stuff and looking at football stuff and looking at film, and so, you know, if that's any indication, I think they're headed in the right direction.
Well, that sounds good as we take a look at who could be the possible quarterback there and Coach Strong. Now, if you still want to be a part of the movie, you can. You're in the movie, but there's going to be a casting call this Saturday in San Antonio from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock at the Hilton Garden Inn that's in San Antonio this Saturday. So if you want to be in My All-American, still got a shot, right?
You got a shot. Come on out, have some fun with us.
All right, Jordan, sounds like it's going to be a ball, and it sounds like they're doing it the right way, and now you're an actor. Add that to your resume.
Hey, I wasn't planning on this a couple months ago, but I'll take it.
Acting may be next, right?
Who knows?
Thanks. Appreciate it.